Hey, I got this letter over, I guess it was last week, but it said this. Over the weekend, I broke my dick. I was having sex with this girl, and she was on top of me, facing me, but leaning backwards. I slipped out of her just a bit, and she came back down on me hard enough to fracture my penis. Oh. I immediately started squirting blood everywhere, and the story of that incident, as well as the hospital visit, is priceless. I've been trying to call into the show the last 2 days to tell the story, but I've not been able to get through. All right, I got to find out what that's like. Hey, Kevin. Oh, wrong number. Hold on. Kevin, you there?
I'm here.
All right. How's your penis now? Is it usable, or is it completely screwed up?
I'm out of commission for about 3 to 4 weeks, man.
Wow.
Explain to me. I understand. So you're in bed with a chick. A new chick, or is it your girlfriend, or what?
We had kind of been seeing each other for about 3-4 weeks. So.
Okay. And she's very aggressive sexually?
Yes.
And
wonderful.
And wonderful. Good sex. And so, okay, so she came down awkwardly on your penis. You were laying on your back. And she had full control.
That's exactly right. She was leaning backwards, facing me, had her legs kind of on my or had her hands on my legs, and just kind of bouncing up and down. And it was,
some girls don't understand. You know, you don't have to be like a gymnast in bed. Guys don't want that.
Well, he says he loves it.
Nah, but
I was enjoying it.
I've had girls on top of me. They try too hard, like they grind into you, and they rock and they writhe, and it's like, ay.
Well, what is a girl? So you think you're if you lay there so you don't break it, guys complain.
There's an in between.
Yeah.
So you're laying on your back. Okay, so I understand the position. And what happened? Your penis bent. So where did it break? Did it break in the middle?
Well, it's tough to say because it's actually not sideways now, luckily. Mm-hmm. But it's still straight up. But basically, yeah, what she did, she kind of, I guess she came up off of me a little bit too far. And you know how you can kind of stub yourself? I mean, that's happened in the past.
And it's almost like getting your finger jammed is what you say, right?
Exactly.
Right. So,
but you know what? Guys do that, too.
Okay.
On their own.
But where does blood spurt out of? There's no bone. How do you break your penis? I mean, it's not like there's a bone.
That was, evidently it's cartilage and blood vessels. But, I started squirting like I was
out of the hole?
I was pissing basically, out of the hole.
Hey now. because this hurts to hear. Fast forward. As soon as this happens, you go. Are you in so much? Is this the worst pain you've ever been in?
Well, at this point, we had been drinking all night. It was a buddy's birthday earlier in the night, so we were like birthday drinking shots, all this stuff, you know.
Right. So you were probably so wasted. You said, "Oh no, I don't want to go to a hospital."
Well, at first I didn't know anything was really wrong. I thought I just stubbed myself.
Right.
So we kind of started to screw around again, and she said, "Oh, something's wrong. You're bleeding."
Oh. So it didn't hurt that much because you were drunk and...
Right. I was definitely, I was feeling all right. It was not that painful. So I've reached up and hit the light, and, I mean, there's blood everywhere. There's blood. She's covered in blood. I'm covered in blood.
God.
It's all over my couch, all over my carpet.
Oh,
wow,
my God.
You ruined the place.
Were you freaking out?
Oh, yeah. At that point, I mean, I was...
What do you go like, oh?
Well, I kicked... I mean, I was... I kicked into shock, and she was doing the same thing. She was actually really calm. It was... I couldn't believe it. I can't imagine she ever did that before. But.
So what happened? Did she drive you to the hospital?
No. I sprint into my bathroom, kind of covering myself, trying not to bleed all over my carpet. Right. And I hop in the bathtub, and I'm just sitting there trying to calm down and get my heart rate slowed down to where I can stop the bleeding. And she's coming in and checking on me and stuff. And about 10 minutes later, I finally get the bleeding stopped, and I come out into the room we were in, and she's got 2 towels in her hand. She's completely naked, covered in blood, just trying to clean all this stuff up. She's pouring salt on the carpet. Trying to draw the blood out.
When you have that much blood, don't you want to get to a hospital?
Yeah. The thing is, we were both so drunk, we definitely weren't going to drive.
Right. So you're not in any pain, but there's still blood coming out, and you're in a bathtub, so you don't get blood all over the place. And then when do you find out you've broken your penis? When do you go to the doctor?
Well, what we did, we went upstairs, and I was still in pain a little bit, but I was all right. We went upstairs, hopped in the shower, showered off. It's 4 in the morning at this point, and
the bleeding had stopped.
This is the sick part. Yeah, the bleeding. Well, the bleeding was pretty much stopped, I thought. So we decided to we got back in bed, cuddled up and started rubbing on each other again.
Boy, I tell you, I would never. I would be just completely panicked. People are so calm about stuff like that.
It was so shocking, and the alcohol came into play too. But we tried,
because the story's so friggin' hardcore. Let me just get to the. How does it all get resolved?
Well, real quick, we tried to have sex again, and it lasted about a minute. I was in pain and ended up having blood all over the bed, all that stuff. We ended up taking another shower at 5 in the morning. So. What I do, I wake up the next morning after about an hour of sleep, and she leaves. I go to a walk-in clinic, and they immediately refer me to the hospital. So I went there, and the worst thing was, checking in, there's some 75-year-old lady that I have to tell the story to.
Yeah.
And so the worst part about the whole thing is I go to the emergency room. The emergency room is packed. Every single room is full, but they still send me back there. So I go back there, and they actually sit me down on a bed, a hospital bed, inside the hallway about 10 feet away from the nurse's station, all right? So there's all this commotion going on. I'm basically sitting in an ER episode just seeing what's going on. So I sit there for about an hour and a half, and I see my chart. I watched them create my chart and everything, and the nurse, or lots of nurses, would go up, and I would see them look at my chart, and I would see them kind of look at each other, and I'm just sitting there the whole time just feeling like a total loser.
All right, and then what happens?
So the first doctor examines me after about an hour and a half, and it takes me back into a private place, gives me an examination, basically tells me, he's like, look, you have a penile fracture.
Wow.
Did not know that existed, like you said. I didn't know it was a bone, so... he says he's going to call a urologist, find out what to do from there. So they did that. They took me back to radiology and inserted a catheter. And the whole thing with that, at this point...
Why did they have to do that?
They had to inject some dye into my bladder to see if there was a urethral tear. So they insert the catheter, inject the dye, and then, you kind of piss out the dye, and they watch it over the screen and see if there's any tears in the lining at all. So that didn't take the first time, so they had to do it second time.
Because you know why? You're going to a bunch of people who really don't do that for a living.
Right.
Oh, this is just disgusting. This story is making me sick. You got to move it quick.
Had you gone to the bathroom on your own after you broke your penis? How'd that feel?
It actually wasn't too bad, but it was completely bloody.
Oh.
It was just all blood.
How bad is a catheter on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, dude, it was 9.5.
A 9.5? Oh.
Yeah, it was up there.
I got to get out of this story. No offense, but it's too hardcore for me. And so the doctor then does the catheter thing, and he finds out that you fractured your penis.
Yep.
And,
he told me.
He essentially told you can't do anything, right? You can't put a cast on it, so.
Put two
exactly.
on it.
So basically, what they did, they prescribed me some, Percocets, and then an antibiotic and an anti-inflammatory. He told me to ice my dick for 20 minutes 4 times a day.
Ice your dick?
That's even painful.
How do you ice your dick?
Oh, my God.
Was your penis blown up big?
No, it wasn't really swollen or anything, but, it's still extremely bruised.
Wow.
This was 9 days ago, and it's still basically purple.
Are you able to go to work?
Oh, yeah.
And he's saying in 3 or 4 weeks your dick will be perfect?
He's saying 3 to 4 weeks I should be good to go.
Wow. Oh.
So we'll see. But he said...
listen, I had a catheter once, and it's the worst experience of my life.
I tell you, I like nice, easy sex.
But Artie didn't come to work because he had a little cold. This guy's going to work with a broken penis.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in finance.
I don't want to ever. I don't like when girls are on top. I don't like not being in control. I don't trust that women know what they're doing on top. I've been with enough of them to know They don't understand how the penis works. They don't understand you can't bend in certain positions. It's a very dangerous story, and it's a good story to put out there, really.
I always watched, that movie when it was Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone, and sometimes she's on top of Michael Douglas there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way that is humanly possible.
It looks painful, right?
Yeah.
Are you still with the chick? You like her, though?
Yeah, we're kind of seeing each other still.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like things cooled off, huh?
Nah, it hasn't really.
Well, have sex, can you?
Sexually, yeah, it cooled off.
You know what I'm saying? You're still in love with her, or you don't even love her?
Nah, man, we've only been dating for about a month. So.
Okay, got it. All right, well, that's a good story. I'm not going to stay with this story too long. Keep icing your dick and let me know how you are.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Any way I can get some tickets to the next roast for this?
Okay. All right, hold on. I'll put you on a list.
You're the man, Stern. Thank you.
All right. I don't even know that we're going to have a roast, but hold on. We're probably going to have one, though. All right. Whoa. Whoa.
That's brutal.
I couldn't stay with that too long.
Everything about it was just sickening.
Oh, it was just nauseating. I'm sorry I got into that. Honestly, I was. I was halfway through it. I went, I don't want to eat. Why did I? You know what I was actually thinking? I went, I know I read the letter and I was on the fence about it, but I somehow said, this could be interesting. Like, maybe we want to know about this. It's a lot of guys who listen and they want to know what to do with their dick if they ever break it. But I tell you, it's just really rough. Well, the big news of the morning was Artie had sex in Vegas. And really, I mean, out of the whole all of the Super Bowl discussion, I mean, that is
That was his Super Bowl.